Pablo, what are we doing here today?
Basically a reaction or a let's play of the Silent Hill 2 remake, which I've been playing through. Haven't finished it yet, but I know what's going to happen. I'm a big Silent Hill geek, going all the way back to the first game in 1999. Before we get started, I want to congratulate the Bloober team on just knocking this out of the park, because I have to admit, just like a lot of Silent Hill fans, I was skeptical that they would be able to kind of capture the vibe and recreate in a way that actually kind of justified its existence. It's been a great experience and I'm loving every minute of it.
You and I are both gamers. I always joke that one of us is a lot better than the other one.
Not true.
And you disagree with me when I say that. But I love retro games. I love 2D side scrollers. I really love strategy games. Now, when it comes to these games, I'm a Resident Evil gal.
I feel like Resident Evil, it's more of an action survival type situation. You're gunning through everything. And obviously there's scares. That's what makes it fun.
I'm ashamed that I never got into this franchise, because I think, based upon what you've shared with me off camera, this is actually a much better fit for me than Resident Evil.
You have no idea. It is.
I'm excited to watch this gameplay with you and react.
I'm nervous because I'll be the first to say I was having an off day with my combat here. You'll notice I've messed up quite a bit.
I bet I would have played a lot worse.
I actually think I won this fight quite well.
And that's like some twisted nurse from...
Yeah.
Right? Was that nurse ever human?
The challenge here is I don't want to spoil anything for you since you've never played, so
it's okay. I'm
going to be a little bit quiet about answering some of those questions because I'd like you to experience it for yourself. And
how did you know the code? You found it somewhere, right? You found some clues.
And that's another thing about
led you to that.
The puzzles in Silent Hill is usually you just find a piece that solves it for you. So
Resident Evil can be quite like that too.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
Like there isn't a whole lot of like cerebral stuff to the puzzles. Like you're just kind of finding answers along the way.
So you just picked up some ammo, which is always very necessary.
Yeah, and I think I could be mistaken, but it feels like there's a lot more to pick up in this game because it knows that it's a little bit more combat heavy than the original was.
The games are usually like that. They usually know when you need ammo.
Oh yeah, like I was telling Lynn last night when I was playing, like I looked at my ammo count and I was like, I have too much. That means a boss fight's about to happen. Which, I mean, I knew was coming anyway story-wise, but
this is a letter I never want to find, ever.
Oh, all of them are like that. Every letter in Silent Hill 2 is like that.
Thick with sinew. Wow. That's lovely. That's a love letter.
You'll notice these are going to be on screen for a while because when I'm playing with Lynn, I read them out to her. If she's
I think that's
really
quite smart. It gives us a chance to read the incredibly vile love letter. What is this? Is this just like a journal? Is this a journal entry?
So I think we're in the nurse's station right now. I can't really see it very clearly with my setup. I'm trying to look around to see it, but treatment room note. So yeah, we're in Brookhaven Hospital right now. I think I'm just kind of seeking out anything I can to progress in. I think there was I'm not sure what puzzle I'm on here right now, but okay. Yeah, I need to clean this x-ray and put it up on like the x-ray thing with the light
and read it.
Yeah.
And hope that those scarab-looking roaches don't eat you. That was straight up mummy level.
That is complete
scarabs.
Atmosphere. You don't interact with those ever. There's like little scarabs that like once in a while will come out at you, but they're pretty easy to deal with.
They're not going to eat you. They're not going to get under your skin because there's other things. And this is you looking at the map because that's really important. Now, are you somebody, do you commit it? Do you commit it to memory, or do you got to look at it 1,000 times?
I look at it 1,000 times, and that's pretty standard for Silent Hill. There's actually a metric at the end of the game where it'll tell you how many times you open the map, because it's just a very common thing in this game.
And we will add a counter.
Yeah, like the structure of the areas, like there's just too much to remember.
Resident Evil's the same way. It's like if you could actually commit that shit to your memory, you are a genius. Because I gotta look at it every 2 seconds. Okay, so Laura could be there.
Yeah,
okay, these are things that you found.
That has run into the hospital. We're trying to find her. And I believe at this point I've also got Maria here with me, waiting in a room. I don't know if that will mean much to you, but there's a woman that's been tagging along with me who resembles my late wife.
Okay.
So
that's giving me Resident Evil Village vibes. Okay, so gotta put this up there. Gotta put this. Did you put these things up there, or were they already there?
I think one of them was already up there. I've put 2 up at this point, so this is gonna complete the puzzle, I believe. But I don't. I need to clean the X-ray I just found
because it was too dirty.
Yeah, so I have to find the item that's gonna let me clean that.
You got to clean it with the right thing, because it's not just water and a rag. You know, it always pisses me off when you play these games and you find something. For example, they want you to find a hammer, but the truth is you found a rock and you could use the rock. Okay.
Yeah.
You could in real life, you would use that shit. Okay.
There's always multiple solutions to a problem.
Yeah. But no, you have to have the hammer. And so that shit pisses me off.
Yeah. Like, why can't I run the X-ray underwater or something?
Yeah. Because there was a bathtub in the other room and you might have been able to get some water drops, wipe that off with your shirt, and then put it up there.
I think I even have, at this point, I have the items to solve a puzzle, and I'm just so focused on this other puzzle that I didn't even pay attention to it.
Yeah, because you collect a lot of shit, and then you got to figure out how it goes together.
Yeah, but because I've played the originals, I kind of know already without having to learn the hard way. But I think in this playthrough, you're going to notice that I do a lot of backtracking.
And is the game remarkably different than the original? Because the Resident Evil remakes had a lot of different elements.
I wouldn't say remarkably different. They've definitely expanded on some things. They've added a few puzzles. They actually did a really neat thing where anytime there is something different, they kind of treat it like it's deja vu. So you can find the area where something would have happened in the original game, but it's obviously changed because they've either remixed the puzzle or moved it, or it's not there anymore. And it does kind of like a weird sort of like sound cue. And if I'm not mistaken, there's an achievement for finding all of those instances.
That makes sense. Okay. What is the green mark? What was the green mark? Is that where you are? Is that saying you're here? There was a green mark on the other map.
I did not. Sorry,
I think
it's hard
that
for me
means
to see
you're
on
here.
Here.
So I see you've been taking notes. Your character's been taking notes.
And that's another cool thing that they've updated in this game is you actually physically see James notate the map.
That's cool.
Yeah. I mean, like with the fidelity and the things that they can do now with the technology, it's really cool. So yeah, I still have quite a few puzzles to figure out here. The pool pump. Obviously, if it's got a check mark or an X over it, I've already done it.
Yeah. Now, at some point, right now you're investigating a bunch of shit, but at some point something's going to jump out at you. I mean, that's how these games work, correct? Something's going to... You're going to run into something.
Quite a bit already, so I just need to move past these puzzles and you'll start to see some combat. I mean, there's stuff to look forward to here. I also like that the bodies stay on the ground. Like, I think...
That's cool.
All of them do, regardless of whether you completely leave the area. If you come back, like you go like 2 floors up and come back down, it's still going to be there.
That's a nice touch. Well, and you know, back in the day, they couldn't do that. They needed to make room for other
limitations.
Things. Major limitations.
I'm telling you, this is just going to be a map simulator. You're just going to see me looking at the map.
Hey, we're all going to get really familiar with the map. Some people are going to have it memorized. I won't.
I also think in this version of the game, they did a really good job of when they notate the map, especially when we get to, actually in this recording, we won't see it. When we get to the nightmare version of the hospital, there are some areas that are just completely blocked off, or just like there's like a chasm or there's something. And in the old game, it would kind of just like, I think, exit out or show like a line that like you can't go there. But it actually in this game kind of updates in a way where you can see like completely blacked out areas of the map that indicate more accurately like what's going on there.
Interesting.
And I think that reduces a little bit of the backtracking too.
I don't know if you need to turn it down a little bit. I'm hoping it doesn't pick up on our audio. Let's turn it down. Ooh. She's trying to talk.
Yeah.
Through sound. She reminded me of one of the monsters from The Last of Us. The one that hears the sounds.
Yeah.
That's what she reminded me of.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if some of that is inspired a bit by the nurses here. Like the idea that they have a growth on them. Here I was experimenting to see if turning the flashlight off was potentially keeping them from noticing me, which I think is a thing. I think they are attracted to the light and noise, obviously, but yeah, there's a little bit of me just kind of gaming around with this and trying to see what happens and what doesn't.
Now I'm hearing like sound in the background. That's on purpose, right? That's to like add to the atmosphere. So I'm hearing a lot of.
That's a hallmark of the Silent Hill franchise. So he has a little portable radio, and it gets triggered by any nearby monsters. You start to hear static if there's something nearby.
That explains.
So that's always been something since the first game, where it adds to the atmosphere, where you know something's coming, something's around the corner, and it kind of gives you a bit of a warning.
Okay.
But it doesn't tell you all the information.
It's kind of like those alleged spirit boxes that ghost hunters use.
Yeah.
Where it's supposed to like pick up the frequencies and tell you things. Now, do you have to shoot her in the face? Or
preferably.
Yeah. So if you don't shoot her in the right place, you just got to do it a bunch of times. Okay, I like the lead pipe action.
I also suspect that if you shoot them in the face while they're doing that twitchy thing, it does added damage, it seems.
If you can shoot that fast.
Yeah.
And with that precision. There's a lot of really angry nurses in this hospital.
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
They're
this
pretty
is
pissed
one
off.
of... I think this, and then when you get to the nightmare portion of it, the hospital generally, to me, is the most difficult part of Silent Hill 2.
Well, it looks hard to navigate. Like, it looks like a maze.
Yeah, I wish we were getting to the nightmare portion. Like, that one is even more difficult.
Yeah.
Things are blocked off. Things are not as clearly marked.
This is a kitchen from hell.
Very gross. You don't want
to
eat
eat
anything from here.
I thought it was a kitchen. I guess it's kind of.
Or at least a pantry.
Storage? Yeah.
Yeah, like kitchen storage. I've gotten in a habit of checking corners. You haven't seen it yet, but before this point, there's a monster that's like a mannequin.
Yeah.
And they like to hide and they like to run. So like sometimes you'll walk into a room and you'll be fighting a nurse, and then before you know it, there's a mannequin hitting you upside the head because you just didn't see it.
Well,
there we go. There's our X-ray cleaner.
You found mold cleaner. I see someone coming. Well, Clarice was taught to look in the corners too, and that really helped her. That really helped her at the end with Buffalo Bill.
I wonder how much Silence of the Lambs influences in this.
That's a great question.
Probably not a whole lot. Maybe more. Maybe more in the fourth game, I think.
Okay.
There is a serial killer aspect to that one.
Now, that monster that's in the hall, that monster has not sensed you yet.
No, and so like I mentioned before with the update to the combat, where it feels like you can't just run through, like you can't just avoid them. And part of that is, I guess, the level design. Like I just feel like I could not run around and avoid it entirely without, I have places I need to get to, and I'm just going to trigger it anyway.
Yeah.
So what I'm doing here is kind of trying to time it where I can engage with enough space between me and the nurse. Because getting caught in close quarters, and this is very early on when I first started fighting the nurses and didn't really know what I was doing.
Sure.
So getting caught like without any space to dodge or really kind of get away is not good at this point.
Oh, makes sense. And I'm guessing at some point you have better guns and things of that nature, maybe? Or am I just putting too much Resident Evil onto this game?
A little bit too much. I believe the most high power firearm you get in this game is just a hunting rifle.
Okay.
At this point, as far as I've gotten, I have a shotgun, and that's the best weapon I have. But I think you get a hunting rifle, and that's pretty much it.
Was that nurse mopping the floor? She looked like she was mopping
I think she's dragging the pipe behind her.
Oh, okay. I was like, well, she's working. I mean, that's the wrong job, you know, but she's trying to do something with that really fucked up kitchen.
We all have to wear multiple hats, Grace.
We do. We do. Even twisted nurses. Oh, my.
Yeah. So, like, there's kind of no way of avoiding this.
Ooh.
And I think this is where this is a bad fight, I think. I think I see that. Poorly on
look,
this one.
I'm going to do it again, but in Resident Evil, you can run around certain enemies. Oh,
yeah,
was
this
that
one did not go well for me. It tried to bite me, and then it shot some,
does it have a mouth? Didn't look like it had a mouth.
I mean, that's a loaded question with this game.
Okay. I will take that as I can't really know that answer yet. I'm just like, if you don't have a mouth, like, why are you wasting your time? Go mop the floor. That is a really great reaction. Was his name James? Is that what you said his name was?
Yeah, James.
Yeah, James like, ah! Get
just gotta make sure they're down for the count.
Yeah, I appreciated it.
This is the only glitch I've encountered in the game so far.
Yeah.
I could not pick up that ammo for whatever reason. Like
that is interesting. It's not like you had too many.
I even go back and double check. Like I couldn't pick it up. I don't know why.
Huh. Well, no game's perfect, but that, honestly, I'll take that glitch over some of the other ones I've seen with recent games.
So I still got to go to the swimming pool.
Watch some TV.
I still got to do the x-ray. I think that's probably what I'll do next.
Is there a VHS player by that TV? I feel like there could be.
Not by this TV, but there's a very important one later in the game.
It looked like a combination TV from back in the day that had the VCR built in. That's what it looked like, and I thought maybe we could watch Silence of the Lambs.
Not yet.
Now, you're running. Now, if you run, will monsters hear you? Like, is there a danger to running?
No, I don't think it's that sensitive.
That's good.
I could be wrong. Because usually once I've already encountered the monster, I'm not really running anymore.
Yeah. I like how there's ammo in the bathroom.
Yeah.
It's a good place.
It's everywhere. You find it everywhere.
Just put it like on the edge of the kitchen sink.
Nobody's
worried about soap.
In this version, they did a good job of putting like health drinks and syringes in areas where you would expect to find them. You can actually break like medicine cabinets to find them.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Now, syringes, does that give you more health than the drinks? Okay.
Yes. So
and what is the syringe? What is it?
It's literally just a syringe. I don't think it even says what's in it. But yeah.
It's not some kind of twisted T virus that you're taking that makes you feel better.
It's probably just straight up morphine. But you take it like,
that's fine.
If you're on the brink of death, you can take the syringe and it will completely bring you back to full health. I have a fake syringe here right now from The Substance.
Oh, a great movie that I just watched recently.
Yeah, great, right?
Wow. You know, you think body horror, you think Cronenberg, but that made me forget about Cronenberg.
It's having a resurgence. Body horror is back.
Yeah, it definitely is. No, Demi Moore. Man, did she kill it.
She is so bad.
Oh, God. First of all, I was like, how is she still so gorgeous? Okay, because she's stunning and did not even need to take that substance, okay?
Yeah, that's the point. That's the point, is how Hollywood makes women that are completely gorgeous feel like they're not.
Right. So now we've gotten numbers, I think?
Yes.
4, 3, 7, 12?
I believe
Did I read that right? Is that a 7? Or is that a...
That's a 7. Yeah, I think it's 4, 3, 7, 12. And
So
it gets
exactly,
marked on the map.
and exactly the way I thought. Like, you click it together in the right way, you get a code, you're going to use it later.
Yep, I think I go straight there.
Now, can you open that? There was something that fell in front of that.
Yeah, I think I have to jump the window or go through the other door.
Okay. All right, where we at? Show me the map. Okay, that's the code.
I struggled with this one.
Well, look at the arrows up at the top.
Yeah, I knew that, but I wasn't sure if it was like a completely accurate sort of lock where you have to go around the number.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
You have to go, like
past
fully
it.
around.
Yeah, you have to go past it.
Like a real life.
It wasn't. Yeah, I thought it might be like that. It wasn't. So you literally just go to the right to get the number, click it, go to the left to get the other number, click it, and then go to the right. So and you also, it wasn't terribly intuitive that you have to hit the X button right, to lock in the number selections.
Oh, that's ridiculous.
That's just not how you would expect a lock to work.
No,
so
you should hear the sound.
Here.
Yeah, you should hear the sound as soon as you did it correctly. Why do you think that they didn't make you do it like the real life lock? Do you think it's for younger audiences who maybe don't use locks as much as we did?
I was just wondering that. I mean, I think younger audiences still use them. Like if you have a locker in school.
Yeah. Aren't they using this
There's
shit?
no real digital replacement for that.
Yeah. I mean, that'd be expensive too.
Yeah.
Like to have a digital replacement.
There are different types of analog locks now. There's one that's like directional. Like you can, it's almost like a D-pad.
Yeah.
I like that
and
one.
you click it. Yeah, that one's really cool. I love how the lock just disappeared. It was magical. It was like
everything that you solve just kind of disappears, it dissolves.
It just disappeared. Okay. Went to the nightmare world, maybe.
Yeah, I guess.
Where these scarabs live. They're gross.
I like the scarabs. I like them.
They're really gross. I just like that they don't attack. All right, what's under the cover?
There's never anything good underneath that.
I mean, it seemed like there was like wind effect in there. Okay. All right.
Just remnants
of torture. Is that a dog collar?
Nah, bracelet.
Okay. It looked like a
hospital
dog collar.
bracelet.
I was like really offended. Okay. Hospital bracelet. That's fine.
It's okay if it's a human.
It's fine.
You also notice that I just am liking exploring and I want to see everything.
Yeah.
Again, they did such a good job. They did such a good job with everything.
There's a lot to look at. Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of detail. Like I just like looking at it.
And
making
I'm
sure
100%
I'm not missing anything
gal.
too. Like I am.
Yes.
Yeah, I know you are.
Yeah, I'm 100% gal, so I would be doing this too. Like I'll spend an extra 3 hours just looking at shit and has nothing to do with the mission.
I'm not quite a 100% guy, but I will seek things out. Like I'll look for whatever items I can find.
Well, especially a game like this, sometimes you find some cool Easter eggs and that makes it worth it too.
I think I head for the swimming pool now. Or no, I'm going back to... You haven't seen this puzzle yet, but there's a puzzle that uses the bracelet.
Okay.
You need to find 3 bracelets, and at this point, I think maybe I've only got the first one.
Map it out.
We should have counted. We're at like
we will.
582 map views
you know
at this
what?
point.
That's what post-production's for. Yeah, that's what post-production's for. I'm going to count every piece of that.
Please do.
It'll be fun. There's nothing wrong with being thorough. I don't know how anyone would memorize this.
There's no way. Have you seen the first movie? Like the Silent Hill movie?
That's like really my knowledge of this franchise is that movie, which people have told me that's unfortunate. That's my knowledge of Silent Hill.
It's fine. I think it captures the vibe. It's not the best of movies, but as far as an adaptation, I think it does a fine job. But I love the part in the final act where she's looking at the map of wherever. I think she's in a hospital. And she's memorizing out loud, like, okay, I have to go left, right, left, to get where she's going. Like, that's exactly how the game is played. Like, you have to, if you don't want to keep opening the map, you have to be like, all right, I'm going to turn this corner. I'm going to go this way, this way, this way.
Right. You got to get a notebook and write it down. Got to do something. I see how this is working.
Yeah. The puzzles, like I said, are pretty obvious. Like there's not a lot of brain power behind them. It's more visual, more finding what you need. I think at this point I only have 2 bracelets, right?
That's what it looks like. Because either that or you have not applied the 3rd bracelet yet.
Yeah, I think I only have 2 at this point.
So obviously you get that 3rd bracelet on there, line it up appropriately, and the key drops into your hands.
Yes.
And then you progress. Now, it sounded like it clicked in. Was that telling you it was right?
Not necessarily. I think it was just that I had placed it.
That'd be too easy. Map.
There's just too much to do at this point. I've got 3 or 4 different puzzles that are active.
Man, you know how fucked up it would be if like you kept moving, like you kept pulling up your map and the map kept changing. Like that would be the most fucked up. Like worst
something
thing
is changing
ever.
it for you?
Yeah. Like then what would you do? That's an idea for a game.
I was playing last night with Lynn, and I was like, I wouldn't just keep doing this. I would lie down and die. Like I would,
forget it.
Like, why am I solving puzzles and like walking through the grodiest hospital of my life? Like, no. What is my end game here? I would lie down and just give up. Like I wouldn't keep going.
And then you got to run into all these nurses who are just like super pissed off, like they did not get good pay and benefits, and they're just trying to kill you. You're not even the problem.
They are on strike.
You're not even the issue. Yeah, no,
I'm just in their way.
My big thing, and I constantly scream at this, and this happened a lot during the new Zelda Echoes game, is when they put you on a side quest, and that shit is not going anywhere. I'm like, I don't need 50 rupees. Okay, I will do a quest if it's gonna get me to where I need to be. But if you're gonna give me 50 rupees, I'm gonna flip you off at the end. And so I don't like that. Like, just let me stay on task.
Right. Yeah. I'm increasingly not wanting to do side quests if possible.
They suck.
Yeah.
Well, especially now if you do a side quest and it gives you something you need, like a key or something, that is important.
Or something fun. Like
yes, it's actually usable.
Gate. Like Baldur's Gate, I was all about the side quests. Like they were fun. There was story elements to it. Like it was worth my time. That's what it comes down to. Is it worth my time?
That's it right there. Is it worth your time? And when you give me like a piece of meat, and I'm like, I would never even use that piece of meat to distract an enemy. Like, thanks, no thanks. Like then I get really frustrated. It's just not a good experience. So. Don't waste my time.
I'm not sure what I'm doing here.
Well, I think the map might help.
So one of the sort of bottlenecks that can happen in the hospital area is some staircases only access certain floors. So like remembering which one can go where. Yeah. Some of the elevators work, some of them don't. And like you'll see like I think this staircase is blocked off. Maybe not.
Yeah, so you kind of have to have that in your head. But I think I have to go to
a different one.
Yeah.
So sometimes
I mean that's the point of these games.
See, I can't access it from this one.
And then you're pissed off. You get pissed off. You have to go a long way. Not there, but in other instances, that's the point of these games. It really infuriates you.
It's level design, and I think they do a good job.
But I can handle that. I can handle that better than a side quest. There is something bad because the static is so loud. The spirit box has come to life.
Stop to read.
Okay. Is this who we're meeting? This maniac?
I don't think so.
That's like a drain in the floor?
Yeah.
Got
some stuff. I have the 2 things I need to make this work. Just need to combine them.
A medical tube with a bent needle. Are you trying to fish something out? Yeah, because that's your little fishing hook.
And this is something where I had these items the entire time, and I think I either forgot or I was like, oh yeah, let me go do it.
That happens. You get distracted, and sometimes you don't put the pieces together right away. Now, was that magnetic, or did you just hook that? What was it?
It was a hook.
It was okay.
It was a bent needle
with an ear. Now, is the ear
So,
significant in this universe?
not really.
Okay.
It's usually just to
creepy.
kind of creep you out.
Yeah.
So I think I'm headed for the pool now.
Okay. I can't wait to see it. I'm sure it's going to be lovely, and it's going to have a bunch of little floating animals for you to jump on. And
You missed the earlier iteration of the swimming pool. Or maybe not. Hold on. I think there was a...
Man.
Yeah.
She's so mad.
Oh,
She's got a weapon.
I did not mean to open the map there.
Or did you?
So it's mapped, the map is mapped to up on the D-pad, where all the quick swap for weapons are also on the D-pad. So muscle memory sent me it failed me.
Now, do you think that's a UI issue? Do you have a little bit of an issue with that, or you just think that was your nerves?
I think that, I mean, it was definitely my nerves, but as I've played more, I think it's in the right place. Like, I like being able to access the map that quickly. I did have some issues early in the game where I'm used to the map being on triangle. And in this game, triangle is how you take your meds or health items. So I accidentally took some health items. Yeah, I definitely did that.
Oh, yeah, no, that sucks.
And that's muscle memory dating back decades.
Yeah.
Because I'm expecting that to bring up the map.
That's impressive. That would be like if you're playing Mario Wonder and jump isn't A anymore.
Yeah.
You'd be like, excuse me? It's been A since like 1985 or whatever. Yeah.
But yeah, it's I was just gonna say, like, I think now that I'm about 10 to 11 hours into the game, I feel like the controls are perfect. I wouldn't change it.
Well, now you've adapted to them. This pool is exactly how I thought it would be. It's lovely. It's a
clean.
Perfect place to relax. Yeah, it's very clean.
Bracelet.
There's a waterfall right there. You got the third bracelet. Let's go.
This is how my luxury apartment is charging me so much.
You got friendly neighbors just coming over. Now, is that a nurse or is that just a different creature?
That's a different creature.
Okay, because that creature looks like the substance. Something came out of its back.
I forget what they're called. They have a name. Yeah, we're looking good.
Yeah, so pool pump, check. Let's go take care of the bracelet. I don't know if that's what you were doing, but it's what I would have done.
I think I'm headed for bracelet.
Yeah.
I have to remember how to get back there.
Yeah.
Oh, that was an odd thing that she was still alive.
James is taking care of it. That was like a wait for it. Wait for it.
Yeah, I'm going to make sure.
Hey, double tap.
Yeah,
I'm
pretty
impressed.
Sure I'm just
you ran for like a straight 35 seconds without looking at the map
for a little while.
Yeah.
Like, okay, this is
look at this. This looks like you know where you're going.
I was sick of looking at that map.
Like, you look at that. That looked expert. All right.
Thank you.
Bloodstained bracelet.
I like how it opens. Like, it's just so
yeah, that was really cool. Really matched the atmosphere for me. I like that this room's actually pretty clean. Like, I don't feel like I need Purell as much in this room.
It's the boss's room. Boss's office.
That makes sense. And it also means we won't be in here long.
Let's see what happens here.
Map. That's what happens. Map.
Oh, okay. I struggled with this puzzle.
Okay.
Because I think I was missing something that I needed.
Well, there's is there a button missing? Am I reading that right?
Okay, I think the key opens a thing that's going to give me that missing button.
Yeah,
but
it's missing. Can't do anything.
Something was off about the cipher. I didn't realize that I had to solve another puzzle before applying that cipher.
To get the cipher.
Yeah. So you'll notice that I'm fucking that up for a little bit.
No, that's fine. Nothing wrong with that. That's part of the process.
This is a new puzzle, I think. I don't think this was the original.
I love when they add stuff like that because you don't want to just play the game as it was.
Yeah,
you want something else.
More than other remakes, this game feels like it kept me on my toes enough Like, it was familiar enough. The things that I loved about it are still there, but at any corner, I didn't know what was going to be there. Like, it was not predictable in the way something like the Dead Space remake was, which was still good. I think the Dead Space remake was perfectly fine, but like, for a game that I know I've played this dozens of times, like, I was surprised.
Yeah, that's what you want for these types of games.
Exactly.
You know, because you want to recapture how you felt in the 90s when you played and you just didn't know. And back then you thought the graphics were great. They were actually shit.
They're still pretty good, but yeah.
Are they?
Yeah, surprisingly for it was like a PS2 launch title. It's not bad.
Yeah. Yeah, PS2 definitely better than other consoles, but I imagine this is 1,000 times better, though.
Oh, of course. The first Silent Hill is actually the one that needed the remake. It's weird that they skipped over that.
Now, I've seen the map like 4 times now, which is fine. You're
I
just
was
getting it together.
Trying to make sure that there wasn't something I was missing, like I didn't have to go find another piece or something, but...
and you're doing frequent saves just to capture your progress. Just make sure.
It's very easy to die in this game.
Yeah, in this game, you don't have to actually go to a checkpoint or something like a typewriter to save. Like, you can just save anytime.
No, those red boxes are basically the save point.
Yeah. Okay, I did not understand that, because I was like, that's a little too easy if you can save anytime.
It doesn't autosave before major events and cutscenes, but aside from that, that's the only. But in the hospital like this, like, there's so many save points that it's not hard to get to one once you've gotten through all the combat. See, there's like 2 on this floor.
Yeah, it's important.
So right here, I'm thinking that the cipher is already set, but it's not. Like, I had to. I didn't realize that this was a puzzle and that I could.
You have to put that puzzle
swap
together.
The books around.
Yeah, you gotta.
So I thought it was already set.
Okay, I see.
Yeah, so I went to the other puzzle thinking that I had the cipher figured out already.
Yeah.
And I was like, why isn't it working?
Because you need the code.
So first we set the button.
The code is in the book.
And now I think I have the cipher code, but I do not. So
that's okay.
I'm going to try this maybe 2 or 3 times before I realize something's wrong.
At least you didn't try to go, hey, I can figure it out. There's only 6 spaces. That doesn't mean that there's 200,000 possibilities.
I thought I was just dumb and I was doing it wrong. But I was dumb and just hadn't done the other puzzle.
No, what happened was, by this point, you were probably playing for so long. Your brain just, it starts to shut down. It is a bit exhausting,
I will say.
Yeah.
Like, once you're about an hour in like an intensive area like the hospital, whereas like there hasn't been a lot of combat in this playthrough because I had already wiped a lot of it out beforehand. But once you get to the Nightmare Hospital where there's a lot more combat, I get tired after an hour. I can only maybe do like an hour and a half at a time.
Yeah. See, if I die a whole bunch of times in a row, like, I have to stop for like 10, 15 minutes and get it together.
I'm the same
and then
way.
Come back. But like, when I was a kid, I could do it for 2.5 hours. It's fine if I died a million times. Now I'm like, it takes such an emotional toll on me.
That's what it is. Like, it's not even about like, I maybe will die once or twice in a playthrough, but it's all of the effort to not die that exhausts me.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I had like to fight off 5 nurses. I'm so tired.
Yeah. It's exhausting.
I think I maybe go back one more time before I realize that like, oh, this is a puzzle.
Now that didn't look hard unless you can only swap certain ones. If you can swap all of them, it's probably pretty easy.
You can swap it as needed. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I'm making sure I didn't miss something here.
Yeah. If it's one of those puzzles where it's like you can only swap 1 with 4, like, that's the stuff that I just want to bang my head against the
almost
wall.
like a Rubik's cube, like it has to.
Yeah. It's like, that's bullshit. Like, I can kind of see what that picture is. Just let me move the books around. And that's okay. It's going to click for you. This is a safe, right? That's what this actually is.
Yeah,
it's a safe in the boss's office.
Yep.
The boss had red curtains that look like theatrical curtains. Like you just pull those back and there was going to be a production with some nurses.
Yeah, I don't know if there's any meaning behind that. I didn't find anything.
I thought about it. And I in hindsight, thinking about what I just said a few seconds ago, I realized how naughty that sounded, and I did not intend for it to be that way.
I mean, it could be.
It could. Those nurses are pretty pissed off. Okay,
Yeah.
they clearly weren't treated well.
There's some reasoning behind that I won't spoil for you.
And I was gonna say, like, there's obviously a supernatural element to this. And maybe you can't answer this question because it was not answered in the original movie. Like, can you turn into a creature? Is that a possibility?
Yes, but under very certain circumstances, whereas maybe perhaps you were a creature all along.
Okay. So it's not like I'm going to do it again. And I need to have a counter for this. It's not like Resident Evil where you can get bit and turn into something.
Yeah,
it's not like quite that cut and dry.
It's a little bit more, I guess, philosophical, a little bit more metaphysical thing going on here. Like, it's no, like if a nurse bites you, you're not going to turn into a creature.
If a nurse tries to bite you, because I didn't see a mouth. So
there are some mouths around that can bite. So at least I finally figured out what I was doing wrong. And
yeah, you totally got it. And this is not a tough puzzle. You know, this is a patience puzzle. Now, I'm sure at the beginning of this game, you had to adjust your settings, right? You had to adjust brightness and things of that nature and
HDR
calibrate
settings.
stuff.
Yeah.
And it's one of those things like if you set it too dark, and they usually want you to set it a little bit darker than you should, and you probably wouldn't see that line as well. And you,
yeah, I'm struggling to see it right now, honestly.
Yeah, it's not easy.
On my other monitor, yes. On this other monitor I'm using right now, no.
Now, do you get your phone out and like take a picture of that and then go back to the puzzle and solve, or do you write it down?
I just did it. I raw dogged.
Looked at it. You raw dogged it.
Like it's. I love that being used as a phrase for just doing something without any technology.
Just a whim. Yeah. You know, I winged it.
Like, have you heard that? That's
raw dogged it.
Like raw dogging, like a flight, like without watching anything on the screen.
Yes.
Such a gross way to put it. But yeah.
I think it's perfect for this game. I could not think of a better way to say it. I would have taken a photo with my phone, and I would have navigated back here.
I just at that point was just going to use my brain.
You were in the zone.
Just memory. And like I'm talking through it to myself out loud. I'm like, okay, circle, male symbol, female symbol.
Right.
Like I'm repeating it to myself.
Love it. So at least that key tells you where to go.
Yeah, and we are done here now. Well, no, that's not true. I thought we were done here at this point, but you'll see.
Okay, you meant like done with the hospital.
I thought so.
Okay. I thought you meant we're done with this playthrough. I was like,
no,
dude.
No, there's quite a bit.
This is the shittiest place to leave me.
No, you'll get some good stuff. My memory is a bit hazy going back to the original game.
Yeah.
So I think this triggered some more enemy spawns by solving that puzzle.
By progressing. Yeah. They wanted you to have some more enemy
notice
encounters.
There's more.
Yeah.
And I am running through on these. Because I'm
you get punished.
Why bother?
Yeah. You get punished when you do good things in these games.
Yeah, when I thought back to the original game and I thought, like, I'm going to the rooftop, I'm thinking this is a boss fight.
Yeah. Yeah. Kind of feels that way. Because there's been a lot of peace.
Yeah, too much up to this point. But also I'm looking at my ammo and I'm like, I don't have enough for a boss fight. So
yeah. Is this where you use the key? Oh, no, you got to go a different way.
I'm not sure what happened there. Seemed like I went to save first.
Oh, yeah,
smart.
That makes sense. What is that? Is that, I know it's the save box, but is it supposed to be like supplies, like medical supplies?
No, it's not really explained. The first time you encounter one, there's a very famous dialogue that's like, it feels strange and like something is grappling inside of my mind.
Oh,
so
it's
not quite
box.
explained. I think, there's some sort of supernatural element to it.
Interesting. Because I was like, it doesn't quite look like a medical supply box, and it doesn't quite look like a fire extinguisher box. Interesting.
Neat little feature when you're playing on PS5 with the DualSense controllers, you can feel the raindrops, like the little.
I love that.
Like high definition haptic feedback.
Now, when you play on your PS5, you are literally using the headphones. You're not letting the sound come through the remote, the controller. I mean,
if I'm playing by myself, yes. If Lynn is watching me play, we'll just use the stereo system, and then you are getting some speaker through the controller.
Sure.
The controller does the radio static, which is a nice touch.
That is very nice. I love the speakers on the controller.
I love it too. Like that.
Yeah.
That's been a deciding factor for me between playing on PS5 versus on PC in some cases.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, like for this one, I'm like, I want the DualSense experience. But
yeah. Oh, for sure.
Graphically, obviously PC tends to be better.
Oh, of course.
And in this case, I think there's things like the ray tracing and the window reflections and the mirror reflections are absent here. Well, there's some ray tracing, of course, but that's how they're trying to sell like the PS5 Pro now is if you play this game on PS5 Pro, you can see James in the mirror, whereas you can't here. Oh. Yeah, it's ridiculous.
It doesn't do that much. I mean, yeah, not enough to spend money on that because Lord knows you and I spend a lot of money on our PS5s, okay?
Like $700? No.
Yeah.
I'm perfectly happy with how this looks.
Same. Okay, a little journaling. This particular person did a shitty job journaling their life. 3 sentences a day. Okay,
They're
that
tired.
one.
They're very
There's
tired.
like 7 sentences, but and it almost reads like a poem versus documenting what's been happening.
The way it's formatted too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's some
it's like you wrote a haiku.
Yeah, there's some lore you find that for whatever reason is formatted that way. Just makes it creepier.
This person's just a lot of doom and gloom.
Yeah, they don't have a bright future.
I'm surprised they took the time to write something down. I really
they had nothing else to do.
I guess.
In Silent Hill, there's not much else to do.
Okay, so what are we doing here? Well, I guess we're exiting. Or is there something? Okay, I thought there might be something. Okay.
There we go.
Hi. Hello.
I think I actually jumped at this. Like I wasn't expecting that.
It looked like he had a traffic cone made of metal on his face.
This is Pyramid Head. The famous Pyramid Head.
That's his name? Pyramid Head?
Well, Red Pyramid Thing officially in the original game. And then referred to as the Executioner henceforth. But we all just call him Pyramid Head.
Well, I can see why. Wow. James doesn't seem to be that upset. He's just like, oh, my head. But not really terrified.
No, he's used to it at this point.
Yeah.
Like I say, like if it were me, I would have just lied down and died.
Yeah, I would have died just seeing Pyramid Head. Like that would have been enough to take me out. That was a well-earned jump scare because there was so much peace for so long. And the nurses you can see coming at you, so it's not like that's shocking. That was really great.
I think that may be the only instance that I've come across so far where it goes straight into basically a cut scene from like going through a door. Like that was completely unexpected.
Yeah, that's the right way to do a jump scare. This is a very well done drawing.
That's from the little girl, Laura.
She's got some skills.
Yeah.
I mean, she's better at drawing than that person at writing a journal.
She had nothing to do. She had the time.
Okay, what's in the drawer? Emma?
Hello.
Was there something in that tub? Okay, I thought I saw something move.
Possibly.
No, I was like,
no mirror reflection.
It's fine. Many games for years didn't have a mirror reflection.
There we go.
Okay.
Health drink.
Is that a drink or... Okay, that was a drink. You know what it looked like? It looked like Robitussin. I was like, you gonna drink that?
Probably tastes like Robitussin.
Yeah, I would guess.
Yeah, I think I just looped and unlocked a door that was previously in my way.
All good. Red box.
Yes.
Save the game.
But see, you'll notice that there's James's face in the background, so it's like it's looking up at him.
Yeah.
There's a detail later in the game once some of the story progresses that changes that.
You know, what I love seeing about your save states is that it makes me feel good when I have 20 save states.
I've always, going back to Final Fantasy VII, like I've always just had a million saves.
You just, you know, the thing is sometimes you need to go backwards a little bit. And some people will give you shit for that. But here's the thing. You got all those opportunities. Just use them. This room, so that was like a padded room for Pyramid Head or someone.
For someone. Yeah, no, going back to save states, you know, all it takes is that one time where this is one of those deja vu moments where something changed from the previous.
I thought it was going to be a cutscene of some kind.
Yeah, it's just a weird little sound interlude.
It's like James knows that he's supposed to be here, unfortunately.
Guess. But yeah, like all it takes is that one time where your game gets corrupted, you lose progress, or you realize you missed something that you'll never get a chance to go back and get. Exactly. And as bad as it sucks to have to repeat steps, it's much worse if you don't do it. Ooh, cutscene. It's getting serious. Okay, I'm going to do it again. He reminds me of Leon from Resident Evil. Yeah,
I'm going to do it again.
There's been commentary about that.
Yeah,
and his character model is different from the original game. So, yeah, there was some criticism there.
That big, fat blabbermouth.
Hey, Laura, you look great, considering you've been in here.
Running away from me.
Yeah, unscathed.
Yeah, she looks pretty clean.
Mary?
I just do. What's the big deal?
Why can't you just tell me?
You gonna yell at me if I don't?
No. I won't. Please, just... I need to know.
Are you infected with the T-virus?
Mary's my friend. We met at the hospital last year.
Stop lying. Laura,
How do you know she's lying?
Fine, don't believe
Because
me.
his wife has been dead for 3 years.
James, killer job.
let you just run around this place.
Hurt by what?
Stay with me.
He's not good with kids.
This is no place for...
She's been doing pretty fucking well.
Yeah, without him.
Okay, she's drawing things on the wall.
There's something I gotta get. It's important.
What is it?
A letter
Oh.
for Mary.
What?
I hid it. In there.
That close-up
Ominous
looked so
point.
good.
Yeah, and the voice
Looks
acting
so
is stellar.
Yeah.
Something I think we've talked about before is the voice acting from the original games has like this odd, off-balance charm to it. You know, from a Japanese developer, you've got like this idea of what American melodrama is, and it's fun, but it's not the quality of this. Like they did such a good job with voice acting in this version.
This is cinematic.
Yes.
Oh, Laura. Laura, you brat. You working with the monsters?
Did I? I'm a liar, right? Want me to open it? Huh? Do ya?
Laura, open this door.
That's not gonna work.
It's the magic word. Nope, that's not it. I guess I won't open it.
Oh, okay.
In your dreams, fart face.
Uh-oh. She's feeding you.
Please open the door.
You're food.
Sure there is. A big lying fart face. See a fart
Sure.
face?
Laura! Laura!
Laura, cut a deal.
Got some extra crayons.
I want to call him Gian. Gian, because he is a combination of James and Leon. Gian. It's either that or Lames.
Lames.
Oh my god. What is that?
Yeah.
That had a mouth where another body part should be. That's lovely.
Yeah.
You're not going to have a ceiling soon.
Nope. Not at all.
Come on, Gian. You got it.
I think I did pretty okay on this one. I know I took a couple hits, but I think for this being my first go at it, I think I did all right. And very little ammo. I've got like, what was that? 3 rounds left? I don't know.
I'm not sold on this kid at all.
Yeah, why are we even bothering trying to save that?
Yeah, look, she's been doing okay. She's drawn on the wall. She looks clean. I really don't understand why we need to save her.
She obviously doesn't need us.
Ooh. Ooh. Now, is that monster in a confined, like space?
in a cage.
It wasn't a cage. I was trying to understand, was the cage part of the monster? And the answer is no.
I mean, I think it's inconclusive.
Okay. I'll take that.
I think
I'll take that.
It could be.
It could be part cage, or it could just be in a cage. And it's so powerful.
After I win this fight, it becomes a little more clear what it's sort of trying to be.
Because it looks like those arms look like they're part of the cage. That's why I was asking the question, is it a hybrid?
Same rusted metal.
Yeah.
I love how you can, yeah, this was a mess up right there. Chugging,
Robot
kombucha.
Sussin. Oh, okay, good. They gave you some more ammo and stuff. Now, was that there all along, or did that spawn?
I think it was there all along, and I just hadn't seen it.
Because I would say quite generous if it just spawned because you needed it.
It's because you needed it. But yeah, I love how you can see, like, above the tiles, you can see it moving, like, scurrying above that.
Yeah, that's really cool. Nice touch. Man, it does a really good job of just jumping back up there. And if you're a creature in a cage, I mean, that thing has control of the cage.
Yeah, like, what is that existence like, you know?
Yeah.
What else would it be doing besides popping down from a ceiling?
Yeah. It sounds kind of boring. And then now I understand why it's so pissed, you know?
It's got nothing else to do.
That's right. And pretty soon there's going to be no ceiling. So then what? You're just on the floor.
So Silent Hill boss fights traditionally just kind of end when you you know, run your course of how much ammo you've got at your disposal.
So there's no definitive end, like you annihilated that creature.
Sometimes, but in a case like this, I think it probably has a limitation on how many tiles it can bring down before, you know, it ends the fight.
Interesting.
We'll see. I think I get the sense that that's how this one ended. Like, I was low on ammo, and it was like, all right, you've got nothing left. We'll end. And
it literally it gave you a pass.
Yeah.
It was like,
I mean, if you survived, if you didn't die, we'll let you through. Yeah, I take a hit here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Cager is full rager. Never mind. Spoke too soon. Oh.
Yeah, this is where I take a hit.
Whoa.
I don't even know, man. Like, I don't know.
What was it trying to say there?
It's like, is the cage a part of me?
Yes. What am I? Why do I exist? What is my purpose? And Gion's just answering with shotgun shells.
Eat lead. Add this lead to your rusted cage.
Yeah. I mean, if it's so rusted, you would think, you would think that would actually do damage. It's hard to see. And it's like a spider. There's spider-esque qualities. Wow. On the
Let's see how it just sort of... Well, it's not over yet, I guess.
Oh, no. I gotta say that I don't feel like it's using its arms to its full potential.
It
could just be spinning around. And with the arms, and just helo that shit.
Yeah.
Nope.
But see how that just sort of ended? Like, I didn't really do anything to win that fight.
I think it just wants a nap with the very interestingly placed mouth. Wow.
So when you look at it from this perspective now, it starts to look a little bit more like a hospital bed.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Part 2 and 3. Gion's gonna wake up somewhere he doesn't want to be. In the padded cell? Oh, okay. I thought maybe the padded cell would come back. Gion's now on a stretcher of some kind.
Yes. This is also a very nice transition interlude cutscene here. We are headed into the nightmare version of the hospital.
I like cutscenes. How do you feel?
Oh, I love them, and I think we're getting better at them all the time. You're starting to see more full motion video cutscenes making a comeback, like the type of stuff we used to see with the Sega CD, but like actual, like, you know, modern quality type stuff.
Yes. Yeah.
The Alan Wake series does that so well, and I love it. Or anything by Remedy.
Yeah, I love cutscenes. I think they add a lot to the story, and they give you a little break, you know, to rest for a moment. Those monsters didn't kill you. They just took you somewhere.
They just took me to the nether realm.
It's possible that was their job.
It's possible that I stopped here. I'm actually not sure.
Well, if you did, I need to see the Nightmare World someday.
Yes, I think I stopped here.
Oh my God.
Yep.
That is terrible. You left us that cliffhanger.
Cliffhanger. Surprise.
That's crazy.